And there are people that choose, they don't want to fund, they're happy with
They
that.
choose to do it, yeah.
Right.
But I also think, any new group today, there's a pre-fund deal element at play, right? It might be executing that sort of those first deals in and around that first close, and it's sort of off we go when we're in a fund construct. But more often than not, an ability to do quite a number of interesting things, work out that team dynamic, test the thesis, but also start building your firm. These are the deals, shoot off fees, and you're in a position to sort of be in business and start to build. It's also, I think, a phenomenal way to obviously build those critical early relationships with LPs. Yeah. So you could, who may or may not be interested in a fund, and that's a real dynamic that funds should pay attention to around the prospect of raising capital if they really want to do that for a fund. But the ability to show them things that are interesting, execute on them, essentially say, look, this is what we're going to go and do it, and come back to them. And that's how you build those long-term relationships, is you say, okay, we've seen how they've operated, and it's not that then you kind of merit that kind of critical mass that can bring it together for a fund. Yeah. So it's always been, I think, it's a growing asset class and ecosystem in its own right, much more familiarity with it on the investor side as well. So it's a really important part of the picture. And it is actually a great potential alternative for groups who just think, plenty of people I've been chatting with in the last 12 months who just think the fund model's sort of broken. They're like, well, we don't think actually the fund construct works in terms of certain deals we didn't get to do, because it was the wrong time in the evolution of the vintage for the fund, or it was outside of a certain parameter. Deal by deal affords them a flexibility. It gives them, maybe they can just be more kind of authentic deal doers at the end of the day. But what the flip side of that is, you don't really get to scale it.
No.
I think if your vision for what you're building is to be sort of this sort of future brand name concept that I alluded to, but you want to basically take it to another level and hire and well beyond just this initial set team and build something that's going to outlast you, you probably need some third-party committed capital.